and you take the legs now. If my flower fairy is just sitting, her legs will stick in like this. Dip the pointed part in water and pop them in like so. I'm going to have mine flying, so I'm going to turn the legs round the other way and tilt the body slightly forward so she's got her legs high in the air. Now we need to make a dress, and I think I'll make a yellow flower fairy. So a little grease on the board, Mexican paste, and roll out the paste. Again, don't lift, very thin. And we're going to use the daisy cutter. Grease over, plenty of grease on there, and press firmly all over the cutter. Flick to remove it and then peel away the surplus paste. Again, back in the bag straight away as it does dry out quickly. Now I'm going to use a frilling stick and a small palette knife to lift the daisy towards the end of the board, towards the edge of the board. This will just give you more space for your hands when you're having to widen the petals. So you place your frilling stick on and widen and turn and widen and turn. Always have the frilling stick pointing towards the centre of the flower. Avoid going round, because as you get to this part, if you don't turn the flower, you're actually lengthening the petals instead of widening them. Move that back on there. Now we're going to use water to moisten the little body of the flower fairy, and on the cutter, on the petals, you will see there are two full petals with a tiny piece of petal just poking out underneath. Use that as the guide mark, and that's going to be the front of the flower, so it's going to be the front of the dress. Lay that over, just ease, and you can use a paintbrush just to curl some of those ends up. And then insert the arms. Again, the pointed part into a little water, push them in quite high. Always make sure when you do put the dress on that you coax that centre back up so that you've got enough paste there to take the arms. So we'll put the arms in, like so. Need to make a couple of sleeves. Roll out a very small piece of Mexican paste. And using the two same petals that I've just pointed out earlier, we remove around the outside edge, and there's the little piece that just sticks out between the two petals, so we'll get rid of that. Separate the petals, and I'm going to cut them. I just need to turn them round to face me. I'm going to cut them so that they come to a point at the top. And get rid of all that. We need to widen them, again using the frilling stick. little water, lift and pop on, lift and just ease that around the arms. So we have the arms in position, sleeves in position. Now you only need a very short piece of stick on here. Moisten the top of the dress and push the head in. I'm going to turn her head slightly so that she's not just looking straight forward. And now we need to cut out a little hat. So still with the yellow paste, grease the board and roll out a small piece and the narcissi cutter. Press around the outside edge and flick, remove the surplus paste, moisten with water and take the little hat and pop it on top. Now why I say press around the outside edge of the cutter, the centre is designed to cut out because the narcissi has a different coloured centre to the rest of the petals. So by pressing around the outside edge of the cutter you can take the whole thing in one piece. If I pressed all over the cutter, the centre is liable to come out. And then when it's on the head, just coax that round a little. Now when it's dry, and it is just starting to dry now, so I will dust it straight away. I'm going to use a yellow dust and just brush a little of the colour around the edge of the petals, or the edge of the dress as it now is, and the hat. And the sleeves, just a little at the neck and at the back. Now we're going to mix the same yellow with a little of the alcohol, a fine brush, and we're going to paint on little shoes. So just lift it up so that you can just get the fronts of the shoes there. And then she has a tiny piece of green paste. This is a little stalk on the hat. So into a ball, into a cone, moisten the back of the hat and pop that on. So she has a little stalk there. Now with it being a fairy, she needs wings, and I've cut out a butterfly. I'll be showing you that later on about cutting out butterflies, but this is a butterfly I've dried, and I'm going to brush around the outside edge with a little yellow dust. This is a yellow fairy, so everything, shoes, hat, dress and wings all go on in yellow. Catch a little colour around there. And we pipe just a small amount of softened sugar paste. I'll put a little in my bag. A small hole and just pipe a dot. If you find this doesn't stick, then just use straightforward sugar paste without softening it, but it's always, there you go, it will stay, yeah. And so there we have our little fairy.